Secrets taken up in the scrolls, the heavenly archives. I want to start by sharing a vision that I saw when I prepared for this podcast. As I looked up, I saw scrolls being unrolled against the backdrop of what looks like space, and on the scrolls was written in gold. So I will come back to the interpretation of that vision, what I believe the Lord showed me. But first I want to ask you that did you know that there are record rooms in heaven? One night the Lord took me in the Spirit to view the record rooms in heaven. There were thousands and thousands of files, scrolls. It was like a huge library with rows and rows of books. So also from the scriptures that we can understand that there's a written record-keeping system in heaven. It's like a whole archive system in heaven, and it contains information about people on earth. So just think about it. There are books in heaven with your name on that book. And there's books in heaven with registers with your name written in that book. And also something else. Did you know that that ledger systems throughout history contains two things? The first one is the decrees of your destiny, and the other one is one's rewards and punishments. So I believe that the record rooms in heaven, that there's a book with your name on, with decrees written in that book of your destiny. So wouldn't it be wonderful if the Lord start to open that book, and you start to read what is written in that book about your destiny, the decrees of the destiny of your life. And then just something interesting, if you read the word book in the Bible, it can refer to any written document or any written record. It can be a book, a scroll, or a document. And then before I get to the interpretation of the vision that I saw in the beginning, I just want to give you a few scriptures where there's references of books in the Bible. So I've got a whole page of references, and there's 181 times in the Bible that the word book is used, but I will just mention a few. In Exodus 32, Moses talks about God's book which ye have written. In Psalm 56, it talks about that the Lord has written in a book all the tears that we've shed on earth. In Psalm 69, it talks about the book of the living. And then Psalm 139, I want to read the whole scripture. Your eyes saw my substance, being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, when as yet there were none of them. So there's a book in heaven where your whole life has been written in that book, even before you were born. And Ezekiel 13 talks about the record of the house of Israel, and in Daniel 7 verse 10 it talks about the court was seated and the books were opened. That was when Daniel saw the Ancient of Days. And you can go into that courtroom and ask the Lord to open the books in the courtroom. If there's something that you need the Lord's justice in a situation on earth, you can ask the Lord to open those books in the courtroom of heaven. And Daniel 12, it talks about, and at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone who is found written in the book. Malachi 3 verse 16 talks about the book of remembrance. And then we know in Revelations, and also in Philippians, it talks about the book of life, or the book of the life of the Lamb. And then to end off, I'm going to read Revelations 5, because I believe this is the interpretation that the Lord gave me of the vision that I started with. So let's just read Revelations 5. It says, "And I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll written inside and on the back, sealed with 7 seals. Then I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, 'Who is worthy to open the scroll and to loose its seals?' And no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll and or to look at it. So I wept much, because no one was found worthy to open and read the scroll, or to look at it. But one of the elders said to me, 'Do not weep. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has prevailed to open the scroll and to loose its 7 seals.' And I looked, and behold, in the midst of the throne stood a lamb, as though it has been slain." So I want to tell you that only Jesus is worthy to unroll the scrolls of your life. Only He has the authority to do that in your life, because He has paid the price for that. And I want to invite you to walk this journey with me, where you discover your books in the library of heaven.